People always ask me if this lift carries over to that lift, or if that lift carries over to this other lift. And maybe it does, and maybe it doesn't. But either way, it doesn't really matter anyway, unless you're training to compete in powerlifting or in Olympic weightlifting, where very specific variations of very specific lifts are the end-all be-all and the only thing that matters. Then whether one movement directly carries over into another movement is a concern that misses the forest for the trees. Much more important than direct carryover, that is, concerning yourself with whether one specific variation positively impacts another specific variation, is the idea of global carryover. That is, does the totality of everything that you're doing in your training come together collectively to make you better all around?
Hey guys, if you made it this far, if you could do me a favor and smash that like button and leave me a friendly comment down below before you go, I would really appreciate it. The engagement is really helpful for my channel, so the more engagement that we can get, the more free, informative content, just like this video, that I can pump out for you guys. Thanks a lot, and enjoy the rest of the video.
A good way to test this idea out is to get a baseline on some sort of helpful physical metric. For this, people often use things like the vertical jump or the 40-yard dash or the broad jump or whatever. Now, I'm not saying that those are the best things to use, but they are simple, easily testable metrics that people often use to test as a proxy for whether or not somebody possesses certain physical qualities. Presumably, if you take a baseline reading on one of these metrics, do a bunch of training, and then take another reading later on and see that the metrics improved, then as such, the physical qualities that they represent by proxy have also improved. The water starts to get a little bit muddy, though, once people start studying for the test in a highly specific fashion. That is, it's not super helpful to use a metric like the broad jump to test as a proxy for hip extension explosiveness, and then the person starts just doing a bunch of broad jumps all the time, and then obviously their broad jump gets better. Sure, they got better at taking the test, but they did not necessarily improve the global skill set that this physical quality represents because they were overly fixated on improving the metric itself. So I did something a little bit different. And I'm not going to act like I did this on purpose all the way back in the beginning, but I did realize that it would be useful later on. So back in 2019, I found a really sweet set of stairs in downtown San Diego. I believe it's called the Grand Stairway. I actually counted the steps the last time I was there. It is 100 steps from the street all the way to the top. But anyway, the first time that I visited the city, I saw those stairs and I knew immediately that I had to run them. So that's what I did. And I thought that I ran them pretty darn well. And I had not been back to San Diego until just this past year at the end of 2024, a few months ago. And you knew damn well I was going to run those stairs again when I went back. And here's the result of that. 5 years later, and I actually put the free lap timing system up. I put one cone at the bottom of the stairs and one cone at the top, just for fun, really. For me, it's motivating to have a time after each rep that I do and to have a number to try to beat each time that I run. I think that that really helps me to push my sets to maximal effort and hit new PRs, new personal bests. And overall, I pushed these sets pretty good. I thought I turned in a heck of a workout, actually. Looking at my log, I did a bunch of bounding up the stairs, first with 2 legs at a time. Then I switched to 1 leg at a time, and I did a bunch more bounding. Then I ran 10 short sprints up 30 of the stairs. Then I ran 5 more sprints up 70 of the stairs, which is what the stuff that I've been showing in this video are. Those are 70 stair sprints. And then I finished up the sprint segment after that with another 5 reps, but this time up all 100 stairs, and those are freaking brutal. Then I finished off the entire workout with some box jumps onto a wall that's at the top of the stairwell there. So I turned in a heck of a workout that day. I did a whole heck of a lot of volume. And here, as you can see, I actually beat my ghost from 5 years prior by a pretty good margin. That's a full stride, so that's pretty solid. And what I'm sort of getting at here is I don't run stairs. I don't even have access to stairs where I live, definitely not like this. I don't even really have access to hills. I do a lot of sprinting on flat ground, and I do a lot of overall strength and conditioning training and power and explosive training. But I can't train for this particular test by studying for this particular test, as I simply don't have the means to do so. Yet in the last 5 years, the metric improved substantially anyway. That is what I mean by global carryover. The totality of what I have been doing has made me better in this essentially random metric that I decided to test one day again after 5 years. And you could test a bunch of other metrics as well, and they also most likely will have improved simply due to the global carryover from my training program. And again, in case I haven't really made it clear yet up to this point, it's not even really about the tests themselves. It is about the physical capacities and the physical qualities that doing well on the tests represents. The goal is not to get better at taking a test. The goal is to improve the physical qualities that your body possesses such that the outputs that it can demonstrate are more potent. It is the same idea with this roof jump that I do every year on my birthday. That's all I do. I don't jump off of this roof. I don't jump off of anything. I do general strength and power training, and some of that involves eating impacts and absorbing forces, but I don't really make a habit of performing shock training as a modality in and of itself, and yet I'm 37 and I can hit that drop pretty seamlessly anyway. I did it the other day, and I do that without any parkour skills whatsoever, as I simply don't possess those. And I'm confident that I will be able to eat this impact again seamlessly when I turn 40, which is my goal. So I just thought this was pretty cool, and I think it's an important message for people to try to understand. I hope this video makes sense. It's not about direct carryover, and it's not about doing well on specific metrics. It is about global carryover, and it's about improving general and overall output and how chasing that as a goal and an ideology makes you a more formidable and healthy and fit human being, which I think is a worthy goal for all of us to be chasing. Please remember to like and subscribe. Leave me a friendly comment down below. Check out EnkiriEliteFitness.com for online coaching and training programs. And as always, keep training hard. I will catch you guys next time.